Hey there, future teacher, and welcome to another teacher certification test preparation lesson. If you are a future Massachusetts teacher and you are currently preparing for your general curriculum test number 78, then you have found the right video. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you a step-by-step formula, principles, and a walkthrough for how to write your essay to pass your teacher certification exam on your next try or on your first try. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you click the blue button right here at teacherpreps.com. Get test prep now so that you get full access to all of the test preparation materials like practice tests, study guides, video lessons, vocabulary matching games. That way, you can find everything that you need in one place to pass your exam. Now, once you have access, just go here and click login and then scroll, find the test that you are studying for. This is the Massachusetts General Curriculum exam that we're talking about in this video, and you're going to be presented with the test prep roadmap that gives you all of the links to all of the lessons that are coordinated and related to this particular Massachusetts 78 curriculum exam. Now, what we're going to be talking about in this lesson is subtest number 1. That's the language, arts, and history social studies lessons. And specifically, we're going to dive into the essay section as noted here at the top of the video. Now, notice here, just want to show you that we have all of the English language arts and reading lessons clearly laid out, the mathematics, the social studies. Now, for me, I thought when I was practicing for my teacher certification exam that I would have no problem with the English language arts and reading sections. However, as I began to study, I quickly realized that reading and language arts go really far in depth for phonics and sight words, concepts about print, phonological and phonemic awareness. And so if you are like, I wish everything was in one place, then just click one of these lessons, the one that you want to study for, and they have their own individual videos along with the vocabulary that you need, the study guides. And then if we scroll towards the bottom, you will see interactive vocabulary word blanks that you can check your understanding, and then at the very bottom, the timed practice test for each of the lessons. Now, I'm just going to go back to the test prep roadmap that we started at because this also has the same type of format for the social studies. And this, for me, this Massachusetts General Curriculum exam covers gigantic topics like U.S. history, world history, geography, economics, right? And so if you're thinking like, I really need a refresher, it's all right here, all laid out clearly and simply for you. Now, again, this is all about the essay. Just wanted to let you know that all of the information is accessible just by getting access at teacherpreps.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this link that brought us to our essay workshop specifically for the Mass General Curriculum, test number 78. So note here, quick to note and important to note, is that the score is out of 4. Now, 4 is the best. It's what we're aiming for. 3 demonstrates a good grasp of the content, specifications, and knowledge of becoming an elementary school teacher in Massachusetts. And a 3 is acceptable, but we don't really want anything below a 3. Now, what I want to share with you next are a couple of test prep directions, instructions that you will also likely see on test day that you will want to be familiar with before you actually take your real exam. So your response to the essay should be approximately 150 to 300 words in length, and you are also going to be judged or evaluated based on the purpose, meaning how well your response fulfills the tasks, the objectives of the prompt, the essay prompt that you were given, as well as how well can you show your pedagogy and your subject knowledge of effective instruction in the classroom, as well as how can you support that. So can you link it to the classic elementary teacher, philosophers, psychologists like Gartner, and many others, as well as the rationale. So is your argument sound, or can it easily, can you poke holes through it? So what I want to show you is the teacherpreps.com sample response. And also right here at the bottom, we actually have an AI essay grader where we've modeled this AI so that you can type your response in here and you will get a score and feedback based off the same rubric that you are being tested on for test day. So this is the tool that you want to use to actually check, are you or are you not yet ready for your exam? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to read this out loud, and I suggest that you read along with me. Grab your pen and paper before I type this essay response out so you can see how I think about doing it, how you can get a passing score. You can check yours to mine, and then I will get the grade. And then if you want to actually go ahead and participate in this AI essay grader, then you can do that as well. So let's start with this sample open response item. The directions state, prepare and organize developed written analysis comparing the treatment of a specific history, social science topic in given primary and secondary sources. Use the information provided in the exhibits to complete the assignments that follow. So here's the assignment. Compare the portrayal of the American Revolution in the two provided sources. So we have source one, which looks like it's the Declaration of Independence, and then source two, and that is A People's History of the United States, written by Howard Zinn. All right, so we need to use the information provided in order to complete the assignment. And this assignment has 4 different tasks for us to complete in order to write our 150 to 300 word response. Now, task 1 reads, determine and compare the main ideas or information presented in each source. Now, again, you will likely see similar essay prompts on test day. So this is going to be an excellent example and chance for you to practice your writing skills. Number 2, analyze and compare the purpose and point of view for each source. 3, integrate information and cite evidence from the 2 sources to support your comparison. And then 4, finish by citing evidence from the sources in your response. All right, so now let's have a look at source 1. Again, Declaration of Independence. The context reads, the Declaration of Independence was a statement adopted by the Second Continental Congress, which announced that the 13 American colonies, then at war with Great Britain, would regard themselves as 13 independent sovereign states, no longer under British rule. The excerpt here reads, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Then we go on to source number 2. This is our second exhibit, again from Howard Zinn's A People History of the United States, which reads, Howard Zinn was in the context again of the author, Howard Zinn was an American historian and social activist. His book provides a different perspective on the history of the United States, focusing on the struggles of ordinary Americans rather than political leaders. The excerpt from this book reads, the American Revolution was not just a colonial rebellion against an imperial power. It was a struggle for power within the colonies, where issues of class and racial inequalities were deeply intertwined with the fight for independence. And then we have our directions right here. Type your constructed response directly into the field below. So what we want to do is we want to answer these 4 tasks from our assignment. And what I am going to do is I'm going to type my response, and I want to show you how I type the introduction, the body, and the conclusion so that you are ready to pass this on exam day. If you would like, pause the video here, use the same prompt, see what you would write, compare it with mine, we'll both finish, I will submit my answer right here, I'll get a score, and then let's see how we do. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start typing right inside this form, and I'm going to go, how should I start here? Let's do the Declaration of Independence and Howard Zinn's. All right, and you know what? If I accidentally click the return or the enter key on my keyboard, or if I click this button submit right here, this is going to automatically submit my essay, and I don't want that to happen quite yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this, and I'm going to go to a blank doc. You could use Word, Notion, Google Docs, whichever you prefer to use. And I'm going to type this in this blank doc, and then I'm going to copy and paste it back into our AI essay grader, just to make sure that I don't accidentally submit it too early. All right, so the Declaration of Independence and Howard Zinn's. Remember, what I'm doing right now is completing task number 1. comparing the main ideas of information from each source. So the Declaration of Independence in Howard Zinn's book, which was called A People's History of the United States, well, they present contrasting um, portrayals. So let's see here, portrayals of the American Revolution. Now, notice here how this first sentence is direct and explicit, and I think that yours should be the exact same. This helps your test administrator or the person scoring your essay quickly identify that you are able to, first and foremost, compare the main idea, right? So just right off the bat, start strong. And then secondly, go a little bit deeper on your second sentence here. So let me say the Declaration emphasizes the universal principles of equality and unalienable rights, stating that, and notice here what I'm going to do next. Notice stating that, I'm going to put in quotes, all men are created equal. And remember, that was inside our excerpt. So all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator. So you can use quotations in order to use the source from what you're given, and I highly recommend for you to do that. All right, so how else should I keep going here? All men are created equal with rights to, I believe it said, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay. Let's say this document presents the revolution as a noble struggle for independence and justice against British tyranny. All right, now, also, in case you are unaware, I want to let you know, test tip while writing your essay is for each different task. So we have task 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. Skip a line and then start a new line. So this way you can clearly show, easily organize your essay so that your grader can think, okay, there are 4 tasks, there are 4 paragraphs. This makes it easier for me to grade rather than just grading one block of text. Okay, so little test tip right there. Now let's go back and read the second assignment, analyze and compare the purpose and point of view of each source. So this is my second part that I now need to complete, and I'm going to start here. If I'm supposed to, compare and contrast, I might just start with like a transition phrase. So for example, in contrast, Howard Zinn's interpretation focuses on internal conflicts within the colonies. He, argues that the revolution was not just a colonial rebellion, but also a struggle for power, highlighting class and racial inequalities. All right, let's keep going. Let's go deeper. Let's talk about Zinn's perspective. Zinn's perspective suggests that, what did it say? That the fight for independence was intertwined with deeper social issues, such as, or let's say, emphasizing the struggles of ordinary Americans rather than the ideals of political leaders. So sorry about some of these struggles. There we go. Spelling mistakes of mine. Now remember, on test day, you are not being graded for your ability to spell correctly or use correct English grammar. However, if you see a mistake, go back and fix it. All right, so I think this sounds good to me for the task number 2. Let's have a look at task 3. It says integrate information and cite evidence from the 2 sources to support your comparison. Now notice here how task 3 and 4 are pretty similar. So I might just interweave them or use the last one for a kind of conclusion statement. So let me go back here. Let me skip down 2 lines to show the test administrator that this third paragraph is for the third task. So again, what I need to do is use the information, cite evidence from the two sources to support. Okay, so this one is all about supporting the writing that I stated above. So let's go integrating information from both sources. We can see, or it becomes evident, that the American Revolution had multiple dimensions, while the, let's say, Declaration captures the aspirational aspects of the revolution. Zinn's kind of belief, thought, or just, let's say, analysis, I think would be a stronger word for writing, shows or reveals the complexities and underlying social tensions. Okay, I like this. I feel like I can add another sentence here. This comparison, sorry about this comparison, there we go, underscores the importance of examining historical people, place, let's say events from kind of different places. I want to use, I'm trying to use the best words that I can. It's one thing, spoken words oftentimes are more informal, but when you're writing, try and use more formal language. So from, say, diverse perspectives, in order to gain a comprehensive or comprehensive, sounds good, understanding. All right, and then looks like I misspelled this, underscores, there we go. Let's go back down, and I feel pretty good about task 3. For task 4, because task 3 and 4 are pretty similar, I'm going to end with a conclusion here. So again, when you're writing, try and use transition words. You're going to be a professional teacher, so it should be our job to teach our students professional, writing skills, strategies, and you can show the test administrators that you're ready for your own classroom by writing, properly yourself. So, in conclusion, let's say the Declaration of Independence, and Howard Zinn's, because we're contrasting this account, they both provide kind of unique perspectives, or let's say valuable, however, yet different, let's say, insights into the American Revolution. So they definitely do. And they're contrasting viewpoints. I'm going to try and end this in this sentence here. The contrasting viewpoints enrich our kind of thought, belief, understanding of this important, or let's say even pivotal period in history, or U.S. history would be fine. All right, so I'm going to look here. Remember, when you are completing your exam, double check that the structure, the spelling, the grammar, although it's not, you're not being evaluated on those things, you want to present your writing professionally. So then once you're finished, just go back over, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click and paste this in here. This is the moment of truth. Remember, the top score is 4. Unacceptable score is 3. But what's important is that you just try and try again. Write again. You can use the AI essay grader as many times as you want. And let's see what we are provided. So the grader, okay, we got a 3, which again, that is acceptable. Good analysis. Feedback, we've got purpose, subject knowledge, support, rationale. And remember, these are the points that we are being graded upon. So purpose, subject knowledge, support, rationale. That is why the AI essay grader put those into perspective for us. Now, what I want to pay particularly close attention to is this. Overall, your essay provides a solid comparison, which is good. That's why we got a 3. Now, here is what's important for me, because what I want to do is I want to score 4. So, because as you know, the higher your grade on your essay, the better chance you have to pass your teacher certification exam. So, in the future, for me, I need to enhance my analysis. I need to add more evidence. I do. I could have, I think I used 1 quotation. I could have used 2. Um, but yeah, it's an overall good job. So You know, this is what's great about this test prep from teacherpreps.com is that you not only get to use the AI essay grader as many times as you want, but you can just perfect your writing for the exam so that you know, hey, are you or are you not yet ready for this test? I hope you found value in this video. If so, please show me. Show us. Give us a thumbs up to make this video. And if you want access to these amazing resources to help you pass on your next try, just go to teacherpreps.com. Click this blue button that reads Get Test Prep Now, and I will see you in the next lesson.